to win Rough Riders 15-9.
This morning, Star Trek fans have a lot to chew over. 51 years after it first premiered, the series is reborn. Shivers will have run up Trekkie spines around North America as they heard those notes last night. The latest iteration of Star Trek is Canadian produced. It's made in Toronto, and it's called Discovery. Live in the Daybreak studio now, two Star Trek superfans. Have you got a television? You might want to watch this next segment. We are simulcast on CBC television. Sitting across from me is Dagor, son of Marech from the House of Remjar. Remjar.
The correct pronunciation is Dagor, son of Marech from the House of Remjar, which is a proud house.
Kapla.
Kapla!
Dagor. And sitting to the right of Dagor is Ray Anani, who is also a member of the local Klingon assault group. Ray, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
We know who's captain of this duo. You're not in full regalia. Do you have the whole...
I don't have a full costume yet because I just entered the club, but I'm working my costume, so I mean he's the master for now.
He absolutely is.
Well,
he absolutely is.
He does have a costume which is more to the original series.
All right. Well, let's talk about that right away. Because, there was a lot of excitement. There was also a lot of anxiety because the Klingons are back, right?
Yeah.
And they're actually the very first scene, but they looked a bit different to me.
Yeah, they obviously... But there has been a lot of controversy and everything, but somebody posted a picture online, and the only thing they did is they added hair. So if you add hair to the current Klingons, they look Klingon.
They're pretty much the same. So
They're pretty much the same,
yeah.
But they're like bald, or they've shaved their heads.
Exactly. It's like a shaved version of the Klingons where we came to know afterwards. Yeah.
At this moment, we don't know why they look like that, but I'm pretty sure they will come up with an answer. Just the same thing as what happened with the original series. So when the very first well-known Klingon we saw was also Canadian, which was John Colicos. By the way, the very first Klingon episode, the very first episode was 50 years ago. So this year is a glorious year for the Empire.
But you have Dagor. You have quite an impressive head of hair. So are you okay with the bald Klingon or the shaved headed, like the skinhead Klingons?
At first, my very first reaction was like, they don't look Klingon, but after discussion with fellow Klingons, and I had to agree with them because the Klingon Empire is very big. We don't know how big it is.
Yeah.
So it's not just one little planet. So Klingons, like every human being, they adapt to their environment. Now, they're also a very old house. So we have to see where do they come from. And again, I am sure that somewhere along the lines, they will come up with an answer. As I said, with the original series to Next Generation and further, they already came up with an answer. The ones without the Regis or enhanced Klingons.
Ray, how do you like your Klingons? Because by the end of the Next Generation, I mean, if we're gonna, or even Deep Space Nine, Worf was getting pretty cuddly, wasn't he? And
Exactly.
these Klingons are pretty uncuddly.
These ones are hardcore. Like, they're really hardcore Klingons. They're really warriors. Like, they have the really warlike mentality. So they wanted the conquerors basically, and they kind of lost their ways, and they're trying to get back to their ways of conquering the universe, basically. So yeah.
So they're really the centerpiece of this whole new series, at least the first season of it, 15 episodes. How are you feeling about that?
Pretty excited. Now I am, yeah.
So let's just get to it. How was it? What did you think of it?
Well, the first day they zoom out from a close up, and you hear pure Klingon hall, which means Klingon language, right? And Klingons really speak Klingon. I know a few words because I tried to learn it, and here and there I could understand the words.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah,
could you? Really?
Yeah, like I remember one particular moment they say "Gilech," which means "I see you," right? And that word I got straight away because you read what they're saying and then you hear the word and say, oh yeah, I know that word, yeah.
And Ray, how is it going down? Because you were gathered at Brouhaha with other members of your Klingon assault group. How is it going down there?
Well, it actually went really well. I mean, we had more people than we expected, and we had a couple of technical issues with the sound, but overall, actually, at the end of the day, we had to watch the show all together, and then we got to discuss some of the things we saw. I mean, the visual effects were fantastic. The story has a very good baseline, so a good foundation. So, yeah.
On the Federation side, the two big characters so far, right? I'm talking about the first episode, which will be the one most people will have seen if they watched. The second one went behind the paywall, which we'll talk about in a minute. But the two main characters are women of color, Asian captain and black first officer, who really is the central character. She is. Her name is Michael. She's the main character. What do you make of that? There's a lot of talk of that online. How does it work, do you think?
I actually liked it because one of my favorite series was Voyager because it was the first female captain. I found that really progressive. And so I like the idea of bringing in, as a main character, a female officer, first of all, and then a black officer on top of that is really a really good initiative, a good idea.
Dagor, a big change for Star Trek really is to bring it into this 2017 television convention where you have story arcs that run the entire series. That seems to be what they're doing. I mean, you used to have like two-parters and things like that, cliffhangers, but this is like the one story is going to thread through the whole 15 episodes. Is that the way Star Trek should be going?
Well, new times, new ways. And let's not forget, if we look back to Deep Space Nine, it was the exact same thing.
That's true.
It was the exact same thing with the founders.
Yeah, that's true. So this whole idea of the paywall, I need to talk. When you look online, because it's like the number 2 or 3 trending topic on Twitter this morning, a lot of Trek fans feel a little bit sour about the fact that to watch it, you have to have a specialty channel. Last night it was on 2 main networks, CBS and CTV. But if you don't have cable, you don't have space, but you have to get it, or you get it on like the subscription service Crave TV. Are they taking advantage of you crazy Star Trek fans? I say crazy in the nicest possible way because I am too. But are they taking advantage of us?
Well, first of all, we must not forget their businesses, right? And if you look at how much money they put in, somewhere they want to. It's noble. They want to pull. They want to pull something back. Am I going to subscribe with Crave? No, I can't. I already have Netflix, so I think I'm going to wait it out, and I'm sure that somehow, sooner or later, we'll be able to watch it one way or another. Because Netflix, because there's a lot of people who will want to watch it, but they can't afford it.
Yeah.
And what you do with those people? They're big fans, and those are the ones that are majorly hit because they want to see the show, but they can't afford it.
It seems a bit unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that the fact that they should have at least put the first 2 episodes, I mean, on public TV and on national network, at least the first 2, because having it cut in 2 was a big disappointment for me. Yeah.
Maybe someone in your assault group needs to buy the subscription, the Crave TV thing, for instance, and then you can all go over to his house and have a big Klingon party.
There's already somebody in my second in command. I think he has a bell, so he should be able to watch it.
He will be hosting further assemblages of the Klingon assault group.
See,
What's it called? The one here? Rising Phoenix.
the IKV Rising Phoenix. Yeah.
Excellent. Guys, thank you very much for coming in. So out of 10, how did you mark out of 10 for the show? It looks high quality to me.
It's high quality.
It looks
really
very
well
high
done.
quality. I even asked everybody last night after the show, what do you think? Most of the people, thumbs up.
Yeah.
And I had a few thumbs
in the middle.
In the middle, because they want to see.
a first step.
It is definitely not bad. The ground is there. We'll see what's going to happen now.
Okay, Ray Anani and Dagor,
Yep.
son of...
Marriage of the House of Remjar.
Okay. Kapla. We'll see you again. It is 10 minutes before 7 o'clock. How did you find the new Star Trek? Let us know on the text message line. Here's Monique.